This is the Healthcare Marketplace Specialization, Healthcare Marketplace Overview. I'm Steve Parenti, and this is Module 5.1.3, Medical Tourism, the Case of India, and also Disruptive Technologies. So when we think about the Indian healthcare system, it's really amazing. The Indian healthcare system is actually operating on largely a cash-based economy. There's really not a lot of private insurance the way there is in the U.S. And in terms of volume, 60,000 cardiac surgeries done per year with standards that are really on international standards. I mean, they're really quite excellent. There's actually a group called IJCO that actually evaluates the quality of all facilities worldwide and really puts India pretty much on par, if not better in some cases, than many facilities in the U.S. The one reason why they are is that they are essentially focus factories for many cardiac procedures, and the more you do, the better you get at these potential technologies. They're also quite good at multi-organ transport, which is really very complex and challenging. Renal, liver, heart, bone marrow transplants are basically being performed at 1/10 the cost. Again, one of the reasons why is that as a focus factory, there's not a lot of cross-subsidization that's required. One thing that has happened in the United States is that there are a very select number of medical procedures that actually pay for the operations of the entire institution. And so without that cross-subsidy in a focus factory, one can actually keep your costs down fairly low. Patients are coming to India from over 55 countries and been doing quite well. Now, one thing one has been looked at, this is actually looking at something back about 10 years ago to say, what is India's goal? What's impressive is that it's not just about sort of serving medical tourism. The goal is to really bring money in to advance in secondary beds, sort of general hospital beds, and then the tertiary, more advanced teaching hospital beds, invest in the medical colleges themselves in India, invest in nursing schools, other health professions, and basically bring in money to generally expand far more than its current capability, the Indian health system. So it's really a great reinvention and redeployment of resources in a way that's really going to enhance the capabilities, not just for medical tourism, but actually to help the Indian population in general with their own healthcare system. So here's an in-video question. A lot of times I pose this to my own students in the classroom. I'd like you to look at the following pictures that are here and look at these technologies. So you can see on your left here, this is sort of disruptive innovation ideas. We have an Airbus A380. Folks who travel a lot, you'll see these planes every once in a while in JFK Airport, or if you travel to Dubai, they're everywhere there. This picture here, interestingly enough, is actually inside the A380, the idea of actually having a cabin that you can sort of sleep in that's there. Another picture is this boat here. It's actually not a Queen Mary or something. It's actually a Disney cruise ship. You can always tell because there's a little Mickey Mouse that's usually on the front of the Disney cruise lines. And here's a surgical procedure actually being done on a facility that's actually a ship for the U.S. Navy that's a cardiac facility. So the question is, how could you integrate these ideas for having a different level of medical tourism, say beyond just the country-bound technologies that we are seeing, say, in India and Thailand that we've discussed previously. This concludes our module on the Indian health system and disruptive medical innovations.